Hey everyone, how we doing? Welcome to Yoga with Dave, Royal Voluntary Service, Virtual Village Hall. It's another Thursday afternoon, and we come into February. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're still with us on this journey, and we kind of think of yoga as a journey, and it's something that we can come back to time and time again in our lives. So this is the second year now, because this is class number 53. That's exciting, isn't it? 53 classes. So if you've been joining us for all of that time, then amazing. And if you're new to yoga, or if you're new to my classes, or if you're new to the Virtual Village Hall, then welcome, welcome. It's like a wholehearted welcome from me. Yeah, we'll just keep this nice and varied today. What I thought we'd do today is we'll do a bit of breath work. Breath work's amazing. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then we'll do some nice movement as well. So we'll keep it quite energetic. And the breath work that we'll do is quite energetic as well. So the idea here is to really raise the energy up, to kind of raise our vibration. And then hopefully we find that kind of level of energy where our life becomes a little bit easier and a little bit more joyful. And then people will look at you and they'll go, "What have you been doing?" And you'll be saying, "I've been doing yoga." And they'll go, "Oh, this yoga, it seems very interesting. I might want to do a little bit of that as well." So people see the effects of your practice, that regular, steady practice. Chatting to a few people over the last few weeks and thinking about yoga in more general terms. And we're having this conversation with some of the guys at the Virtual Village Hall, which was saying, how do we attract more men to do yoga? How do we attract more men to do yoga? That's the big question, isn't it? And I'm involved with a not-for-profit organization in Leicester called the Space to Breathe Collective, or a yoga studio, and we have loads of men coming to our classes, loads and loads and loads of men. So that's amazing, isn't it? Because it's probably seen by some men as viewed a little bit suspiciously. Yoga, I'm not sure about that. And we talk a lot about how yoga is seen in the wider world. So the idea of Western yoga, well, what is it? Well, Western yoga, you see a lot of it on Instagram, you see a lot of it on Facebook, you see a lot of it on, in magazines. And yoga is part of the wellness industry, and it's sold on looks, and it's sold on kind of like aesthetics. And that drives me a little bit crazy, because that's not what yoga is. It's not what it looks like. It's not the aesthetic. It's not how beautiful you are or how young you are. And it's certainly not how flexible you are, even though flexibility and engagement and all of these things come into play. That's not what yoga is about. The asana portion of yoga, which is the physical postures, sure, that's what we probably concentrate on more in classes like this than Western yoga in general. But yoga, it encompasses so much more. What do we think what yoga is? Well, we think in very general terms is we're paying attention. So we're paying attention to the physical body, we're paying attention to the mind. And I talk about this time and time again. And what it generally does is it brings us into the present moment. So that is probably why men are not practicing as much yoga as women. But then saying that, in our studio in Leicester, it's probably 60% women, 40% men, which is a fantastic ratio. So this is my call to arms. This is my call to say, if any of you women are practicing today, show them this video, tell them there's a middle-aged man called Dave who's doing yoga, and it's accessible to anyone. Because when I first came to yoga in my early 40s, I was thinking, yeah, it's about stretching. I was a runner, or I am a runner, and I wanted to, I was getting tight in my body as I got older, and I wanted to stretch my muscles out. But quickly I found that it was so much more than that. I got to connect here. I got to realize my physicality and my emotional body and the energetic body and all of these amazing things. And it brought me into the present moment. The Yoga Sutra 1.2 is yoga is the calming of the fluctuations of the mind. So what are we saying? That men don't have fluctuations of the mind? That men don't need their minds calming? Well, that's a nonsense, isn't it? Because what is it? It's men under the age of 40. The biggest cause of death is death by suicide. So obviously men are struggling, and they're probably finding it hard to access the help that they need or the services that they need. And I firmly believe that if you have a regular, steady yoga practice, that can help incredibly. I'm not saying that yoga is going to cause like calm or cure all of your worries. Of course it's not, but it is a beautiful practice to come back to. It can be the anchor, it can be the linchpin, and it could be something that you come back to time and time again. Because guess what? Here's the magic. You do it all. You create it all. You know, no one's doing it for you. You create it. So we think about the body. You move your body in a unique way. The way that your body is set up, you move it. You know, no one's doing that for you. Your breath, you know, the door to so much is in your breath, connecting to the heart center. How do you do that? You do it. So that's really empowering. What do I need? Probably a t-shirt, probably some shorts. You can do it without a yoga mat, but a yoga mat would be nice as well. And that's all you need. Thousands and thousands and thousands of videos on the internet. You know, I teach classes online on Tuesday mornings, on Thursday mornings, on Sunday mornings, on Monday evenings. So if you want to, you know, bring your man along to any of those, it's not about kind of like, oh yeah, Dave does manly yoga. I don't do manly yoga. I just teach yoga. So if one of your guys in your house is kind of like, no, yoga's not for me, then show him my videos and he might go, oh yeah, he's called Dave. Yeah, all right. He's middle-aged. He looks normal. And I think that can be really, really powerful. So should we do some yoga? I've been talking there for about 5 or 6 minutes, but I'm really passionate about men doing yoga. And I want to encourage more and more men to do yoga because physically, you can move the body. You know, men want to move the body. They want to be a bit, do you know what I mean? They want to use their muscles. It can be incredibly demanding on the body. And then we can demand these beautiful things of the mind as well. Okay. All right. Let's do some yoga. We'll do some. That is all yoga. I'm saying hi to Amanda. I'm saying hi to Debs and my good friend Sue, and Bridget is here as well. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Right. So find a comfortable seat. You probably have done already. I'm going to move back just a little bit. You've been sat there for some time, so maybe just bring some intuitive movements into the body. I'm going to bring my legs out. Oh, look, you can just see my toes. Hello. Tom. Oh, no, Tammy's here. I thought that was Tom. I thought we had a man joining us. Hi to Tammy. Nearly got all excited. I'm excited that you're here, Tammy, but I thought it was a Tom. All right, nice. And then bring the legs back to crossed. And if this doesn't feel good for you, then, you know, sit against the wall or sit in a chair for this first part. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some pranayama. Pranayama is breath exercises or breath control. And we're going to work quite energetically with the breath. So that idea, you want to change the mind, you need to change the energy within the body. So now we're going to use the breath to energize us up. All right. So we're going to use that breath of fire. And breath of fire, remember, it's a forceful exhale and it's a passive inhale. It's in and out through the nose. Forceful exhale, passive inhale. Don't think about the inhale, just think about the exhale. I'll show you what it looks like. So it will look like this. Okay, I'll look really serious when I was doing that. If you bring your hand onto your belly and do it. So the belly pumps in, the belly pumps out, the belly pumps in, the belly pumps out. And we think about it like a pendulum swinging. It's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. There's not really a gap in between. And think about the inhale. It's not doing anything. You know, it's the forceful exhale. The inhale just comes in quite naturally. So we're going to use that breath rhythm. All right. Now I'm going to challenge you today. I'm going to ask you to do this for 90 seconds. And I'm going to ask you to raise your arms as well. So you'll probably feel it in the shoulders. The shoulders are going to talk to you, but that's a good thing. That's allowing you to pay attention, to feel into the physicality of the body. And you go, oh, I'm here. You know, oh, hi. You can say hello to yourself, you know, when this starts to ache a little bit. But feel free to put the arms down if you've got any injuries or anything like that. But if it's just tiredness, keep them up. All right. So let's do this. Bring the arms up and out. Bring the palms up. Nice. Take a deep inhale. And then start your breath of fire. As you keep this breath rhythm going, then you can focus right in between the eyebrows. So your focus is right in between the eyebrows. We should say this is the third eye. And this is all about bringing the energy right up to the crown of the head. We've got 30 seconds to go. Keep it up. Take a deep inhale. Pause the breath, then push the palms out. Imagine you're pushing against the walls. Hold the breath if you can. So squeeze the belly up and in. And exhale, bring the hands down. Oh, you feel that in the shoulders. Give the shoulders a little round out. Round one shoulder, round the other shoulder. Maybe shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Maybe drop the head from side to side, nice and gently. Come back to the physicality of the body. And then find a little bit of stillness. Maybe bring the palms face up. And then just check in. What do you feel? Use a lot of oxygen, so maybe you feel a little bit lightheaded, but you might feel energy in the body. This is all about bringing the energy up and bringing it right to the crown of the head. So this is pranayama. Just using the breath to energize us. Nice, beautiful. So if your eyes are closed, come with the eyes open. If you want to uncross the legs and bring the other shin in front, if you want to waggle the legs out, then feel free. And then we're going to do one more breath exercise here. So what we're going to do is use a mudra, and a mudra is just a hand position. We're going to bring the thumb and the ring finger together. So the thumb and the ring finger, which is Surya Mudra, or the mudra of the sun. So we're channeling in all that sun energy. The arms are going to be here in cactus, and I'll show you the breath rhythm. You're going to inhale through the nose for 4. At the top, your lungs are full, and then you're going to exhale through the nose for 4. So that's your breath rhythm. You can bring the arms down while I talk a little bit more, because you'll be like, wow, this guy talks a lot. My arms are up. Okay, so inhaling for 4. Lungs are full. Exhale for 4. Lungs are empty. All right, so we've got that rhythm. So this is really nice. Sets up a nice breath rhythm. You know, if we feel anxious or we feel stressed or we feel low of energy, setting up a breath rhythm like that can really bring us into our body. It can really help us connect deeply. And then we kind of shift whatever we're feeling. And then we come to this higher state of consciousness. You might go, higher state of consciousness, Dave, what are you talking about? We're just raising the energy, you know, we're changing the way we feel. We don't need to go and grab a can of, you know, caffeinated drink or jack a load of coffee down our throats, even though I do drink coffee, you know, I'm not saying that I don't, but we can do this by using the breath, and it's so healthy. What we're doing here is we're nourishing every single cell of the body. You know, we're detoxifying. This is why yoga's magic. All right, shall we do this? Let's do it. So thumb and the ring finger together, arms in cactus. Beautiful. Stick the other fingers up in the air. Peace. All right, so inhale through the nose for 4. Exhale through the nose for 4. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Your rhythm. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Three more rounds. Nice. Take a deep inhale. Pause the breath. Keep the arms held if you can. If it's just the arms aching, that's good. Again, it's just bringing you back to your attention. Come right back to the present moment. Notice your physical body, probably the first time that you have today, or maybe since the last posture. And then you can exhale, bring the arms down. This time, bring the thumb and the forefinger together. So now it's the thumb and forefinger, and then just sit in your awareness, and then just check in with yourself. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, just slowly come with the eyes open. Really nice work, everyone. All right. I'm just going to move back onto my mat. We'll do a few physical postures. So we're getting to the asana section of the class. Let me just move my camera very slightly so we've got a slightly better view. All right. So when you get, well, you're probably on your mats already. It's probably only me that isn't. Bring the feet out nice and wide. Lean back into the arms. And then just move the knees from side to side. Nice and gently. You know, if the knees just come down to here, that's great. If they come down to here, great. If you can drop them down, that's good as well. One isn't better than the other. So remember, when we move through the physical postures in yoga, we're just treating our body with loads and loads of compassion, loads of respect, and loads of love. So try not to think about it as, oh, you know, my body doesn't work very well. You know, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. That regular, steady practice will serve you well. Then you'll notice how the body just begins to change. But everybody's body is different, and there's no better than anything else. You know, it's just about the way you live in your body. And now we bring in attention to the physical body. And it's only when you do the physical practice of yoga, the asana practice, that you can go, oh yeah, that hip's quite tight, or, you know, that feels good. That doesn't feel so good. We bring in awareness, and then we can make changes as we go. Nice. Come back to center, and then you're going to recross the legs. See if you can bring the left shin in front this time instead of the right. And then we're going to move through that spinal series. So we probably won't do sun salutation today. We're just going to kind of do most things down on a mat. So you're going to bring the hands onto the front shin. You're going to inhale the chest forward, and exhale, you're going to round. So that's the movement. I'll show you from the side so you get a better view of it. So you inhale forward, you exhale round, you inhale forward, exhale round. You see my head doesn't move. It's kind of here. Inhale, exhale. You know, when we do cat-cow and we're on all fours, it's the same movement. Inhale, heart center lifts, belly comes forward. Exhale, belly to the spine, and then round the spine. So you think about the pelvis, and it just rocks backwards and forwards. And you go at a pace that feels good for you. Maybe start slow, and then you might speed it up. I go quite quickly, and you think about the pelvis rocking backwards, rocking forwards. Head's nice and still. Nice, powerful breath, so you can hear the breath. Inhale forward, exhale round. Feel free to go at your own pace. I'm pretty used to this movement, so my lumbar spine or my lower spine reacts very well to it. But if you're tighter in that area, and you can be, you might be moving more like this. Nice. And we hold a lot of tension in the lower spine. We do a lot of sitting. You know, we spend a lot of time, especially at the moment, or especially in the last 2 years, we're probably sitting more than we were. So we begin to compress the spine over time. And these exercises not only are physically very good for us, but energetically, it's the same thing as when we were just doing the breath of fire. It raises the energy up to the crown of the head. Nice. Keep this movement going. Bring the hands onto the knees. Inhale forward, exhale round. Inhale, bring the chest forward. Pause the breath, hold it just for a moment. Squeeze the belly in. So you squeeze the belly up and in. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Bring the feet out again, and then just drop the knees from side to side a couple of times, just to bring movement. You don't want to be uncomfortable in between the postures, and then just keep that level of curiosity. You know, what are we doing here? What's going on? It might be new, and if it's new to you, then that's great, isn't it? It might feel a little bit strange. You might not have moved the body like this or manipulated the breath in this way in the past, but it's a little journey, isn't it? It's a little bit of discovery into the body, into the mind. You're paying attention. You're in the present moment. Nice. Come back this time. Come with the right shin in front. Beautiful. And then we're going to move laterally. So a lateral movement, we'll do 2 poses here. The first one's really beautiful. It's like a flowing tree. So bring the left hand down and then inhale the right arm to the left. So you're here, and then exhale the left arm to the right. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Work with the breath. And you're trying to match the breath with the movement. So now we open up the side body, lateral stretching, so we can feel really tight in the side body. Let the head go with the movement. Make it nice and flowing. The arm can be bent. The arm can be straight. Whatever works for you. But make sure the sit bones are pressed down into the floor. So you feel that neutrality through the hips. The hips are nice and still. And the movement comes from the torso. Comes into the shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. A little bit longer. $30 more seconds here. Enjoy the movement. Inhale the top arm down. Full exhale, press the fingertips into the floor. So this time, nice deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth. Sigh out all your worries. We'll do 2 more like that. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale nose. Full exhale mouth. If your eyes are closed, gently come with the eyes open. Beautiful, everyone. In between these 2 lateral movements, bring the left hand onto the heart, bring the right hand onto the left hand. Connect deeply with yourself here. So feel your heart center. Maybe you feel the heart beating away. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate everything you do for yourself. Notice the time that you spend nourishing yourself physically, emotionally. You're worth doing this for. You know, no one else is going to do it for you. So you carve this bit of time out just to connect back to you. You meeting you. Every time we do it, it's like an act of love. Nice. And then come with the eyes open. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's a beautiful part of yoga. An act of love to yourself, giving yourself this gift every single time you get onto your mat. All right. Uncross the shins, bring the other shin in front. And then we're going to do another lateral stretch. We're going to bring the hands onto the shoulders this time. If this really doesn't feel good, you can be here in cactus like we did the breath work in. All right. So the breath movement is here. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. So that's the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Physically, this is so good for us. Moving the spine from side to side. Using this beautiful deep breath rhythm. Inhale, center. Exhale to either side. 2 more either side. Inhale to center. Pause the breath, hold it. And full exhale, bring the hands down. And then thumb and forefinger back together. Just tune in, check in. Notice what you're noticing. Beautiful. And then if you close your eyes, just gently come with the eyes open. And then we'll do a twist from here. So really nice. So lateral movements, moving the energy up. Then we move the energy side to side. Now we're going to twist the spine. And we're going to do this by 2 different postures. The first one, bring the hands together. Inhale, sweep the arms up. That's on an inhale. And then on an exhale, bring the hands down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Matching movement with breath. Inhale up. And then exhale down. This time, inhale up. As you exhale, twist over to the right. Bring the right hand behind. Come up on your fingertips. Bring the left hand inside the right thigh. Inhale to find length. Exhale over to the right. So you're pressing the hand or the fingertips quite close to the spine. So your spine is long. I'll show you from the side and show you kind of, you don't want to be here, sat right back. You want to find length in the spine. See how long my spine is? And I'm twisting to the side. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. One more like that. Maybe a nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Come all the way back to center. I'm just going to move very gently. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. And then exhale, twist to the left. Right hand inside the left thigh. Left fingers pressed down by the spine. Inhale, find left. Exhale into your twist. Nice deep inhale. Full exhale. 2 more like that. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Final time. Deep inhale. And then a full exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale all the way over to the right. So now we're going to move with the breath. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Same movement, but just moving dynamically. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Find your twist. Be gentle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final one. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, bring the hands down. So now you come into a nice cross-leg forward fold. Resist the temptation just to collapse down into the floor. Keep the hands spread out through the fingers, and then maybe just move the hips from side to side. So you feel that pelvic tilt, and you're feeling this in the lumbar spine again, maybe in the hips. You can bring the forearms down onto the floor. You can let the head rest. You might get lower. You might be higher. You might be up here. That's all good. Breathe deeply. A little bit of rocking from side to side. Jaw is really, really soft. No tension in the shoulders. Rocking from side to side. Breath is flowing. You're in your present moment. Nice. From here, bring the hands back towards the feet. Roll all the way up. And then if your eyes are closed, come with the eyes open. Nice. All right. Uncross the legs. Do anything you need to do. Maybe give the legs a little waggle out. Maybe roll the ankles. Flex into the toes. Lean back a little bit. Nice. And then we're going to come back with the legs crossed. Find a position that feels good for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move into the neck. So you can bring the hands palms down or the hands palms up. And you're just going to make little circles with the neck. So start in one direction. And draw circles with the nose. Start really small and really slow. Eyes are closed if that feels good. Inhaling the head up. Exhaling the head down. Feel free to make the circles a little bit bigger, and you can make them a little bit faster, but that's not really what it's about. If that's what you want to do, be very, very gentle. Maybe you hear the kind of neck kind of like crack and pop a little bit. Shouldn't be any pain though. It just could be tension in the neck. Now I can feel that. There's no pain. I'm just working through it. Come back to center. And then start the other way. Start small. Inhaling the head up. Exhaling the head down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Maybe making the circles a little bit bigger. Keeping the jaw and the face really relaxed. A little smile can always help. It takes more energy to frown than it does to smile. Maybe a little smile can feel good. And then slowly come all the way back to center. Nice deep inhale here. And then a full exhale, let it go. Nice. And then you can come with the eyes open. Beautiful. Let's try a little stretch into the hamstrings. And it means that you'll get a little bit more into a balance as well. So we'll do it this way. What's the best way to do this? Have the legs out in front. Bend into the right knee. So the right knee is bent in. And then just hug the right elbow around the right knee. So you kind of cradle it in. You can lift up the foot. Feel that compression into the right hip socket. So this can feel nice. Just take a couple of breaths here. Maybe waggle the right foot around a little bit. Maybe just rock the hip from side to side. So just getting into the hip joint. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lengthen the leg a little bit. You're going to use the left hand. So the right elbow is around the right knee. You're going to use the left hand and get the two peace fingers, these ones here, and then grab around the right toe. All right. So then you can release the right arm and you can lengthen out the right leg and cross it over the left. So you'll feel this stretch down the hamstring. You might want to stay here. You can support yourself with the right hand. This is good. Or you can bring the right hand out and you find this stretch. Maybe look down the right hand. So you're stretching out through the right leg, stretching out through the right arm. Breathing deeply. Nice, everyone. Feel that little rock and that balance. One more deep inhale. And then a full exhale. Bring that right knee back in. And then this time, cross the right foot over the left knee. See if you can do that. Cross the right foot over the left knee. You can keep this left leg straight if you're tighter in the hips, or you can bend the left leg in. So now you're kind of sitting on your sit bone. So see if you can bring the hands underneath your sit bone and the kind of like the bum cheeks. I didn't want to say that word, the bum cheeks. The glutes, your gluteus maximus will be on the floor. All right, okay. Press the right foot into the floor. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up, and then you're going to wrap the left elbow around the right knee. So you twist into the right. Left elbow, wrap it around the right knee. Pull the right knee into the center, same as we did in the previous twist. Right hands press into the floor. Now you can really find the twist. Inhale here. With the help of the right foot, which fall four corners into the floor, exhale over to the right. Nice. Nice deep inhale. Full exhale. We've moved into the neck, so maybe now you can look down the right shoulder. Deep inhale. Full exhale. One more like that. Your deepest inhale and your fullest exhale. On your next inhale, come all the way back to center. Walk the hands over to the left. Do a little counter twist and then come all the way back to center. Beautiful. All right. So now you can unravel your legs, give them a shake out. And this time you're going to keep the right leg out straight, first of all. Hug the left knee in. So now you hug it right in, have a little gap in between the legs. And then you can just hug around the knee and then you can lift the left foot off the floor. This right leg's active, it's doing something. It's helping you kind of like find this stability. And then as you compress the left hip in towards the hip socket, just see what's happening here. Try not to round into the spine. Try and keep the spine nice and long. Beautiful. Really nice work. And then from here, you can get the right hand, the two peace fingers around the left toe, and then lengthen out through the left leg, cross it over the right. So that's the first movement. Feel this stretch down the hamstring. Leg doesn't have to be straight. You can still have a bend like I do. And then lengthen out through the left arm, look down the left fingers. You can look forward, you can look back. You can rock around, maybe cross the leg a little bit more. Breathe deeply here. So a bit of a balance, bit of strength, bit of flexibility. Everything's going on here. One more deep inhale and then a full exhale. Nice. Bring the left foot down, and then when it's stable, cross it over the right knee. You can keep the right leg lengthened. You can cross the right knee in. Think about the glutes again, or the sit bones, as I like to call them. Press the sit bones down into the floor. Nice. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, twist over to the left. Wrap the right arm around the left knee. You really pull it into the center. So now you're in this position, left hand on the floor. Take a deep inhale to lengthen. Full exhale to twist. So you're using the arm to find the twist. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Deep inhale. Full exhale. One more time. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, come all the way back to center, and then do that little counter twist to the right. And then come all the way back, and then bring the legs out and give them a little shake. Nice, everyone. Beautiful. All right. Feel free to sit on something now. That's all the movement pretty much done. Beautiful work. Yoga doesn't all have to be about flow and sun salutations. We can do a lot of work down on the mat. I had a question the other week where someone said when they invert themselves or their head is below their heart, they feel dizzy, and they find yoga a real challenge. So all of those postures, when we didn't do anything where we brought the head underneath the heart. So this is good if you have, if your mobility is not fantastic, or if you're new to yoga, it's a beautiful way just to realize the physicality of the body. Like, here I am. What does my body do when I twist it? What does the body do when I move my spine in certain ways? I firmly believe that this is an amazing way to kind of detoxify the body. And for overall general wellness, it's beautiful, physical and emotional wellness. All right, we're going to do one more breath exercise, and then we'll have a little Shavasana, which is where we lie down, and then we'll be done. So well done so far. So sitting cross-legged. I'm sat on a block. If I sit on a block, I can drop my knees down a little bit lower, and I feel quite comfortable like this. So the block that I sit on is just this cork block, and I just perch on the end of it. It's just nicer. You can have a cushion, you can have a pillow, anything that you've got. A little book can work as well. So we're going to do Nadi Showdown, which is alternate nostril breathing. We've probably done this before in this class. We have done it before. You probably haven't. So the left hand will just remain here on your beautiful knee, and then the right hand will come up towards your face. So you'll block off the right nostril with the thumb. You'll block off the left nostril with the little finger or the ring finger, or you can do this and you bring both fingers together. So you block it off. You can tuck the other fingers in if you want. There's lots of different ways to do that. So this is the kind of the movement. All right, we got it. So stay nice and relaxed. So your spine is long, shoulders are relaxed. Maybe close the eyes, or you might keep the eyes open for the first few rounds to see what I'm doing. Block off the right nostril with the thumb. Take a deep inhale through the left. Block off the left with the two fingers, and then exhale through the right. So the ring finger and the little finger. Inhale right. Switch, block off with the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block it off, exhale right. Inhale through the right. Block off the right, full exhale through the left. Inhale left. Close off left, full exhale right. Inhale right. Close off right. Full exhale left. 2 more rounds. Inhale left. Close off left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Switch. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close off left. Full exhale right. Inhale right. Close off right. And final time, full exhale through the left. And then you can bring the right hand down to meet the left, and then just take a few breaths through the nose. Inhaling and exhaling here as you go. And then very, very gently, you can come with the eyes open. And then we'll spend just 1 or 2 minutes here in Shavasana. So find a comfortable seat. Now, if you want to sit and you just want to stay in this meditative seat, then feel free to do that. Otherwise, I'll show you what to do. Just lie down on your back, bring the feet out. I've lost my legs. And then just lying with the feet falling open and the palms face up. I'm going to keep seated because I feel like that's what I need today. So if you want to stay seated, then feel free. Wherever you are, close the eyes. Let all of this amazing work that you've done, a lot of twisting, a lot of movement of energy through the spine, a lot of breath work, let it integrate into the body. If you were lying down on the mat in Shavasana, then just begin to bring some movement into the body. If you're sat like I am, maybe just wriggle out through the fingers and the toes. Maybe deepen the breath a little bit. Realize the breath in the body. Maybe stretch it out. If you're sat or if you're lying on your back, maybe stretch the arms above the head. Let out a nice yawn, whatever feels good for you. And then eventually come back to a seated position. Meet me where I am. That would be nice. Beautiful, everyone. Bring the left hand onto the heart and then the right hand onto the left hand. Just connect with yourself. Congratulate yourself. It's always a victory every single time you do this. And then from here, rub the hands together. Create a load of heat in between the palms with the eyes closed. Once the palms are heated up to maximum, bring the palms over the eyes and then slowly open the eyes into the darkness of the hands. Feel the rush of the heat from the palms rush into the eyeballs. Rotate the eyes a couple of times one way, a couple of times the other way. Soften the hands to heart center. And then maybe just bowing your head down. You can say namaste if that feels good, or you can just do a little peaceful prayer to yourself. Namaste. Thank you for practicing today. Thank you so much, everybody. It's always a pleasure to teach you guys up and down the country. And congratulations on the dedication to your yoga practice. That's a really beautiful thing. So I'll be back again next week. Any questions, stick them on Facebook. I'll answer those. And any comments or suggestions or anything that you want to see, you might want to see something next week in a class. I want to do this, Dave. You haven't done this for a long time. Or I'm curious about this posture. then let's do it. You know, we can keep it interactive. You can throw questions at me. We can do a little bit of, you know, workshopping with some postures. I'm not sure about the sun salutation, for example. What does it sound like when, you know, what does it feel like when we're in this posture? Where's the engagement? We can do all that sort of stuff. So we can, you know, it's your practice as well. It's not just me telling you what to do. Probably is, isn't it? They're all suggestions, you know. So thanks so much. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Debs. Really nice to have you all. Thank you, Tracy. I'm glad it's what you needed. We'll see you all next week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy life, people. All right. See you later. Namaste.